I really think it would be in the best interests of all of us if we could lower our expectations by about 20%. I've lowered mine. I'll give you a moment to lower yours. With the global economy really down 20%, I believe that we should lead our lives accordingly. So that you can live a richer life. If you're shooting for 80% every day, you're going to be fucking better off. I'm not saying you don't wake up with a positive attitude. You get up, you say it's going to be a great day. Less 20%. It's first let me say a real pleasure to be back in Amsterdam. This is, I've been coming here for over 15 years, and it never ceases to amaze me how beautiful a city you have, and that and I was always considered you to be a very intelligent people until you tried to build a subway. I, who know nothing about mechanical engineering, except that my father was one, could have told you no. What were you fuckers thinking? You might as well have just built a bridge fucking over everything. The main question I've been asked over the past 3 or 4 months since President Bush left office is, what are you, as a comedian, going to do now? And I have said every time, I'm not going to be funny anymore. He was the reason I was funny. He certainly made it fucking easy. All I had to do for the past 8 years was to go into a theater, open the newspaper, read what he said, get a huge laugh, and call it a night. What am I going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start working with hand puppets. I'm going to have a little show for children, a musical, in which I teach them how to say the word fuck properly. It's extraordinary to me that question is even posed. Okay? They're asking me that question at the same time the new president, Obama, had picked someone to run the Treasury of the United States who hadn't paid his fucking taxes. And you're asking me what I'm gonna do. It's really quite simple. It's fairly easy. Look, just because Bush left off the office of the presidency does not mean that stupidity fled my country. When it comes to idiots, America's like whack-a-mole. You get rid of one and 3 more pop up. I think it should be noted that there's something you can learn from the fact that we elected this man twice. Something that you should think about. If you're voting, and you're looking at a name, and you're thinking to yourself, gee, I'd like this person to be in charge because I would like to hang out with them. They'd be fun to drink with. Vote for anybody else. Okay? That's not in the resume of fucking leadership. Good to have a drink with, and if you're gonna vote for somebody who's fun to have a drink with, you be fucking sure he's still drinking. One of the major reasons that President Bush was able to win was that because President Clinton got a blowjob. And a lot of people who didn't were upset. And so there was a big push to get somebody who they felt was really a religious person, because religious people never get blowjobs. And they wanted a religious person, someone who they felt was, who had a great faith in God. And they convinced the American people that President Bush has a great faith in God. If you were going to vote for somebody because you believe that they have a great faith in God, you be sure, before you cast that vote, you think about it, and you be positive that God has faith in them. It's a two-way street, fuckers. Everybody in America was very excited when Obama won. It was the main thing that practically everyone said in my country was, who'd have thought in our lifetime, son of a bitch, who'd have thought this could possibly happen? Which gave me pause and made me wonder, who voted for him? I was very excited that he won. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. We really had come a long way. I was thrilled in terms of what it would do just in terms of our the way we are seen by the rest of the world. Because with 8 years of Bush, I know from my travels that the folks in other countries thought we were fucking nuts. But to go from George Bush to Obama, huh? You thought we were crazy. We're really insane. Most normal countries would have voted for Bush and then someone in between and then Obama. Not us. Here's the dumbest white man ever to be president, and now take a look at this guy. Unbelievable. And he speaks in paragraphs. We're still dizzy. As excited as I was, the fact of the matter, it was tempered, and I wasn't totally thrilled because Obama is a Democrat, and that is no better than being a Republican. We have a two-party system as opposed to you guys who seem to have a party for every day of the week.